At 21 years of age, Kylie Jenner has become not only the youngest female billionaire, she's the youngest billionaire, period. This week we're going to talk about the 4 keys to her success and how you can use that to build your own successful one-person e-commerce business. That's coming up next. Before we get started, I'm giving away a set of AirPods every week until Christmas. All you have to do is subscribe and leave a comment on any of my recent videos. Winners will be announced every Monday at the end of the video. Click the bell notification so you don't miss out. Now on to the video. Since her premiere on the cover of Forbes, she's been criticized by many for not really being self-made, citing that her family's previous fame or fortune are a large reason for her success. But history is littered with famous celebrities and people of greater means whose forays into the business world were met with a giant goose egg. When you look at her own family, the Kardashian-Jenner clan have over a dozen combined failures just in the last few years. So being the child of someone famous or being famous yourself doesn't guarantee you anything. If anything, I would argue that she is more of a self-made billionaire than Oprah, Jobs, or the Zuck, because she accomplished it literally by taking selfies. In 2015, Kylie Jenner ordered her first batch of 15,000 lip kits, each retailing for $29. To do so, she invested $250,000 of her own money, which she earned from modeling and brand deals. All 15,000 lip kits sold within 1 minute. Over the next 18 months, she successfully scaled that to $420 million in revenue. 6 months after that, she entered the 3 Comma Club. What she's accomplished armed with her cell phone and a Shopify website is nothing short of amazing. To understand this, let's compare her to more traditional companies. When Tom Ford wanted to launch a fragrance line, he was already a household name. It took him 10 years to scale that to 500 million, just $500 million, half of what Kylie did in just 2 years. Bobbi Brown built a $1 billion brand, but it took her 25 years, and she sold controlling interest of it 3 years in. After you subtract the millions spent on marketing, overhead, and the army of employees, each employs 900 plus. Not to mention shareholder dividends, how much of that is actually liquid? For Kylie, scaling didn't involve any of that. Since she didn't go to outside investors, she retains 100% of her company. Since she sells online, she has zero overhead. Kylie represents a new wave of startups called non-employer firms. One-person businesses that can scale to 7 or 8 figures with no employees by taking advantage of globalization, social media, and outsourcing to create an ultra-lean, one-person, 7-figure business. So what are the 3 main tools Kylie uses to this day? For e-commerce, she uses Shopify. For access to social media, she just uses her cell phone. And for everything else, she uses a third-party manufacturer she doesn't even own. All 3 of these tools are commonly available, particularly if you go with the more cost-effective method of white labeling. We'll talk about that in a second. But here are the 4 keys to her success. Success key number 1, focus on strengths, outsource weaknesses. Kylie's strength by far is that she currently has 148 million followers on Instagram. But she is by no stretch a genius. She's never graduated from business school, chemistry. She knows next to nothing about e-commerce. The good news is she doesn't have to, and neither do you. For all of that, she outsourced to Shopify. Shopify is an all-in-one e-commerce platform. Traditional competing platforms like Magento cost between $8,000 to $30,000 just to set up. And this doesn't include the cost of hiring web developers, graphic designers, tracking and advertising, not to mention the high cost of servers. Business owners shoulder the cost of web design and development themselves, which start at around $10,000. But for a monthly fee, Shopify takes care of the technical side of launching, hosting, and operating an online store. It allows merchants to easily set up, design, and modify their stores in a matter of minutes. They provide hundreds of templates that provide a uniform online experience. It also tracks customer data, runs email marketing campaigns, and manages inventory. Now, because Shopify handles the backend, to this day, Kylie Cosmetics employs just 5 part-time employees and 7 full-time, none of whom work in web development. It's free to set up a website and plans start at $35 a month. Today, Kylie Cosmetics pays Shopify a yearly fee of $480,000 and a 0.15% of all her sales. In her second year, she sold $330 million worth of makeup, paying Shopify an estimated $975,000, equaling just 0.3% of her sales. When starting your first business, don't focus on your weaknesses, outsource them so you can focus on your strengths. Success key number 2, automation. When it came to producing her first set of lip kits, Kylie chose to use a pre-existing cosmetics manufacturer. Now there's nothing new about that. Oftentimes luxury brands source and manufacture their cosmetics through China. It's the most cost effective. Why didn't she do that? Because by doing so, you give up quality control. Chinese manufacturing law requires all cosmetics made in China to be tested on animals. Kylie chose instead to go with Seed Beauty in Oxnard, California, a vegan-friendly company launched by Laura Nelson, meaning that no animal testing and no animal byproducts are used, such as honey or beeswax. There are hundreds of such companies in the United States, so you don't have to be an expert in chemicals or formulas. Just like Kirkland, these companies have name brand formulas that are ready to use, package, and deliver. White labeling is a great alternative. It allows all the benefits of private label without the heavy upfront cost. So you don't have to pay for them until the customer does. You pay for the product with the customer's money and keep the profit. It's a form of drop shipping. We'll talk about that next week. This is available for a lot more than just cosmetics. Most manufacturers offer this option. The friend of mine who owns the CBD and THC product manufacturing facility that I visited a few videos ago with Power Girl offers CBD products that you can offer with your own label. They'll even package and deliver it straight to your customer on your behalf. To get a logo, you used to have to pay thousands of dollars to hire a graphic designer. Today, Globalization allows you to outsource it using companies like Fiverr and Upwork. Prices ranging from $50 to as low as $5. I recently updated my channel logo from this one that I paid a friend $3,000 years ago to do, to the new logo I use today that cost me just $30. Whatever business you choose to start, there are ways to automate things that currently take up most of your time, so you're able to work on the business and not just in the business. Success key number 3, start small and scale up. For Kylie, starting small meant $250,000. Her initial sale made her $435,000, which she immediately reinvested into more product, making her profitable from day one. So what if you started a business like Kylie but failed by 99%? Failing miserably by 99% would still make you a deca-millionaire. What is 1% of $250,000? It's $2,500. What if you had less than that? What if you had only $250 and failed not by 99%, but by 99.999%? It would still break you 7 figures. Though this takes work, it's not unrealistic. Tens of thousands of people are actually doing this. Many of them are high school students that have 0 followers on Instagram, but by using the same tools and leveraging Instagram influencers and targeted marketing through Facebook ads, this allows them to make $10,000 per month, per week, and even some per day. In fact, nowadays it's almost hard to go on YouTube without seeing some high school student or college dropout driving around in a Lambo. Whatever you do, start small and scale from there, but for crying out loud, just start something. The last key to success, failure is part of the learning curve. Even with seemingly overnight success, Kylie's rise did not come without serious growing pains. Early on, she got labeled with an F by the Better Business Bureau.
Kylie Jenner's cosmetics line is facing some trouble from the Better Business Bureau.
Really?
The 18-year-old reality star and her company Kylie Cosmetics received an F rating, the lowest score possible.
No!
Kylie can't keep her famous lip kits in stock, but that's not what people are complaining about. The Better Business Bureau stated in their report that most of the complaints they received were related to delivery issues.
Get lip kits whenever you want.
Fortunately, not long after, Kylie's company bounced back and received a C rating.
Because of her family's fame, her failures were put on blast. One good thing about not being Kylie Jenner is that when you fail, for the most part, you can fail in obscurity without the world criticizing your every move. Success isn't guaranteed. In fact, if there's one thing that is guaranteed, whatever business you start, you will fail at some point. Most likely, you'll fail a lot. But if your persistent failures become part of the learning curve, it's all about mindset. Now, I believe the recession is upon us. The reason I'm making these videos is to give some of you a free resource and the excuse to believe that you can live a life that's different from the one you have now. Not too long ago, no one knew the name Kardashian or Jenner. The same thing's true about Gates, Buffett, or Zuckerberg. It takes only one person with your same last name to change an entire legacy. Do something this year that begins to change the destiny so that one day, one of your children or children's children will look back and say, this was the year that grandma or grandpa saved the family from the recession. Now that's it for this week. Join me next week. I'll be going over how to start a dropshipping e-commerce business. By far, one of the most cost-efficient ways to start a successful online e-commerce business. And now for the moment that some of you have been waiting for, this week's winner for the AirPods giveaway until Christmas is AJ Anonymous. AJ Anonymous, if this is you, message me on the About page of my channel and tell me whether you want white or black AirPods. While you're at it, check out one of my recent videos and subscribe and leave a comment to enter for a chance to win my AirPod giveaway. Love you guys, and I'll see you soon.